moment the reader gun, fixed up on the conference room wall, had flashed into life to set the sectoring consultancy team jerking about in their seats and spraying chunks of them across the wide teak desk before them. She expected to feel sick, but just felt numb. Perhaps it was shock, so maybe some stronger reaction would occur later. But the carnage was over now, and it was probably safe for her to come out. Certainly it wasn't safe for her to stay here. That noxious smell told her there was a fire inside the dome's conference chamber, burning up what was left of all those frightened idiots who'd come here to the Straven conference to debate further their unimaginative solutions to Earth's population problem. The anger and the contempt that had driven her here in the first place quickly banished her current numbness and now impelled her out into the open. She stood up, placed her water bottle down on the gritty surface of her desk, pulled a wad of perfumed tissues from her personal dispenser to clean her hands, then tried to brush some of the debris from her tight grey jacket and skirt. Annoyingly, bits of Jimbo smeared to leave streaks of blood and brain. She took another wad of tissues to clean her hands again, and finally surveyed her surroundings. The blast had taken out one entire side of the Millennium Dome, even while the reader guns were turning the Straven Conference attendees into broken meat. Through the smoke, the new opening gave a view across the Thames over what looked like the mangled remains of the nose of a scramjet. The same view showed that the gull developments and sectored areas of Blackwall looked undamaged. Yet, to their left, on the other side of the West India Canal that divided Canary Island from the main city, and where committee tower blocks and cubic civil service arcologies clustered, pillars of smoke rose into the sky amid numerous massive collapses. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Serene should never have been here. The conference had just been getting underway when a nuke took out Inspectorate HQ London. Yet while it had been mooted that they should suspend the conference for the interim, Messina had issued orders for them to continue. Business as usual. When Serene subsequently learned that one spaceplane had been crashed in Minsk spaceport, even while another was being stolen, and that 150 committee delegates had been slaughtered in a terrorist outrage in Lieven, she'd realized that the expected rebellion had begun. But still, Messina would not shut down the conference. Meanwhile, he and many of his pet delegates had disappeared, all further orders received from him coming by Satlink. Even as terrorists continued their concerted attack on the state all across Earth, Serene had to stay here, discussing decidedly unradical plans for population control. She turned back to scan the rest of the conference chamber. Those here would no longer be discussing the continued sectoring out and controlled starvation of the Earth's zero-acid population. The only sign of movement left here was the flames still rising from where some lump of hot wreckage had smashed into the lower-tier horseshoe table. The 5 committee delegates who'd been sitting there, and their PAs, bodyguards, and other support staff, were strewn on the floor, bloody meat. Delegate Schubert lay across the same table. The reader gun shot that finished him must have hit him in the back of his neck, for his head was nowhere in evidence. The upper-tier tables had been similarly depopulated. It was, very literally, a bloody mess. Time, Serene felt, for her to leave and put into motion her own plans, whether Messina agreed or not. She should see today's chaos as an opportunity for her to demonstrate the effectiveness of her own population control plan, to take leadership away from the present incompetence in government, including Chairman Messina himself. She just needed to get back to the Aldeburgh complex, and there get ready for when the Chestercon protocol ran its timed course and GovNet would begin its secure startup. Clutching her briefcase, slim laptop inside, water bottle tucked into its special waterproof compartment beside it, tissue-wrapped watch in the other, and a disabler clutched in her right hand, Serene made her way past burning wreckage and shattered human beings towards the conference hall exit. As she walked out into the outer halls of the dome, she felt a surge of euphoria. She'd been right, and because of that, had survived, and would not now succumb to shock because she was too much of a realist. After stepping into an executive toilet, she removed her knickers and tights, and upon finding the water and power were off,